Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. This is the continuation of another video and will probably actually be the last one of these. You will see why. In a previous video, someone was asking, and it was from Twitter and also on here, what are comics to be looking out for on VV? Like, what are the comics that everyone should be paying attention to as they actually drop on the app? As I mentioned before in the other video, there aren't that many left. VV has actually done a really good job of releasing all the biggest comics, and there's only actually, as far as I can tell, around 4 really big ones that still have to actually be released. Number 1 on the list is Fantastic Four number 48. It is the first full appearance of the Silver Surfer and Galactus. They are absolutely monstrously popular in the comic books, and also they were before in the previous Fantastic Four movies. And as we have gotten indications that Marvel is definitely going to be bringing back the Fantastic Four into the Marvel MCU, I think casting is also going on right now. We will at some point also be seeing the Fantastic Four, but also Galactus and the Silver Surfer. This book is huge. It's one of the most popular Silver Age books that's actually out there. And yeah, thus begins the countdown of when we will actually eventually get it. The way that VV has previously worked before is that we tend to see the release of certain things as they get closer to a TV show appearance or to a movie appearance. And as we probably will not be seeing a Fantastic Four movie this year, it'll probably also be 2024, 2025. I don't have the exact dates for you right there. But yeah, Fantastic Four number 48. It's going to be gigantic when it ends up dropping, so keep a lookout for that one. Number 2 is The Amazing Spider-Man number 129. This book is as gigantic as The Incredible Hulk number 181. It is a staple, a key. A lot of people consider it a grail. The term grail has become a bit muddied over the course of the last 20 or 30 years. The original idea of a grail was like Amazing Fantasy, Captain America number 1, like things that you literally, you had to search and dig to be able to find these things, but people now have personal grails. And Spider-Man 129 is one of them. Like I said, the first appearance of the Punisher, and maybe the first of the Jackal, or maybe second of the Jackal. I'm not really sure. Everyone pays attention to the Punisher. The Punisher is huge. He's big. He's gigantic. Everyone loves him. He is a fan staple. I think we're going to be seeing another Punisher TV show coming back. I think Marvel announced that they're bringing back Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Luke Cage, and I think the Punisher was also teased as well after I believe they all got canceled from Netflix, and now they're trying to bring these shows back because the other previous shows on Disney Plus were all very, very popular. When this drops, if this has anything less than 10,000 editions, it's going to go really fast, and people will be not overvaluing, but be valuing it very, very high comparatively to other comics. The same exact thing with Hulk 181, the first appearance of Wolverine. People love these characters. These comics are usually mass collected. I myself, I will admit, I have a gigantic, they call it a foreign comic collection of Hulk 181 and Spider-Man number 129. I have it in Spanish, I have it in German, I have it in English, I have it in, I think it's also created in Italian. There's also UK versions of it. You name it, I have all of them. It's a very big book, and it is a usual staple to have in a larger comic book collection, if you will. Number 3 on the list is obvious. It's X-Men number 1. We have also gotten indications that Marvel is now casting for who is going to be playing who in the X-Men movie, series, TV show, doesn't really matter. They're also bringing back, oh, really funny, Marvel's also bringing back the original cartoon from like the 1990s. That one, you can look it up. I think the name of the show is going to be X-Men 97. I think that's what it is. It's meant to be a literal continuation of that TV show in the exact same style. I am Very much looking forward to it. I used to love the living heck out of that show. I still have like I have the theme music in my head, and I even have like the screams of some of the enemies. Like there was one time I think Apocalypse was saying something. It was like Apocalypse, and anyway. The point is they're bringing that back. X-Men #1 is something I didn't even have to tell you this one. Definitely something to be looking out for. It is a big book in real life. It is going to be a big book forever. As every year goes on and the book gets older and older, more people will be searching for it. The same exact thing is true for the NFT digital versions of these things as well. As they become more scarce, the value ends up going up. So I assume when this one drops, depending on when we are in the current bull cycle, this will probably have anywhere between 10 to 30,000 editions. I would assume more closely to 10 because it is one of the larger books out there that they actually have to release. So, not financial advice, but if you are able to have some extra money over at the end of the month and you can get one of these, it's kind of an obvious. And the last book on the list, is Incredible Hulk #1 from I think 1962 or 1963. This kind of began, if you will, the Silver Age for Marvel. One of the really weird things, I forgot what exactly it is. I think the print run for this book was already very low. There weren't a lot of them made. And I think in the beginning, he wasn't a very popular character, so a lot of people threw the comic book away. And as such, this is now one of the most expensive Silver Age, that is to say the 1960s to like 1969 books that we actually have out there because there are so few of these. So when this does get released, this will, I think, it won't be as much as Amazing Fantasy, but expect maybe like $100 commons. I can't give you an exact number, but I know that this comic book is going to be very, very popular. It's kind of like, I think a lot of comic book collectors have actually moved on to VV, and this is why you're even seeing $40 to $100 prices for things like Ultimate Fallout #4. In the real world, the book is a literal modern, like it is the modern age key. And I'm not including like Batman Adventures #12 because that is DC. However, this is going to be like a gigantic book when it actually does end up releasing onto the app. I couldn't tell you even remotely when. There's no Hulk movies that are scheduled anywhere in the MCU or their lineup until like 2026. There may be like a random drop at some point if he's in some other movie or gets his own TV show, or She-Hulk comes back or he gets his own. Couldn't really tell you. But that's the list. I've combed through everything. Like there are tons of other Silver Age books that are nice, or you could want them. They may be nice to have for your collection. But as far as like big books, that's it. If you watch the other video and this one, there's maybe 8 or 9 books. And when those 8 or 9 books have been released, everything else is kind of like random stuff. Like a lot of people want Submariner #1. It's not a gigantic book, but it's quite popular. A lot of people want Iron Man and Submariner #1. Not gigantic, but it is a very popular book. A lot of people will want the original Submariner comics from the 1940s. Those were also very big. So we had the first appearance of the Submariner, the Human Torch, and Angel, which isn't really relevant. But Human Torch also had his own running series back in the 1940s. It's not worth a lot, but a lot of people will probably want a lot of the other Golden Age comics to start filling in the gaps of all the Marvel collections. And then after that, we basically have to look forward to the books from the 1970s. A lot of the more popular ones have already been released. We already have Werewolf by Night, the first appearance of Moon Knight. We already have the first appearance of Ghost Rider, which I'm shocked that they also already put onto there before a movie or TV show was announced. We already have a lot of the major keys. So after that, we will have books that will be released that will be popular, but maybe in the real world, they may only go for $5,000 to $10,000 in mint condition compared to the books that I was just telling you about that may go for $100,000 to $2-3 million in high condition. There we go. Yeah, like I said, this will probably be the last one of these unless there's some other 1960 books that I'm definitely forgetting about, but we either already have them on the app or these 8 books will eventually be released. I don't think it's going to take them another 10 years. I give it maybe 2 years maximum. Rightio, I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and or supporting, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.